Bearsted Network News.
Welcome to Bearsted's Haunted History. We invited folklorist and author Neil Arnold to give us a tour. And first stop was the White Horse, a Grade 2 listed 16th century public house. But was there any haunted history there?
There's been rumours over the years of a horseman outside the actual pub.
Yeah.
But that's also been seen all around Bearsted as well. Apparently he's got no head. Not really sure how he knows where he's going, but there you go. And I've also got reports, there was a couple of years ago an alleged phantom clown was said to be haunting the pub, but that was most definitely a hoax, something to do with a local circus.
Because we've got the manager of the White Horse over here, Freddie. Now, what do you believe? It's completely haunted, don't you?
Yes, totally. The stories we've heard is that the ghost roams the middle floor of the restaurant, and a lot of people have seen it, and it's all to do with that clown story. It keeps going back to that same story.
And you would say nothing in the middle floor, nothing too much. And how would you know anyway, Neil?
Well, again, I think you've got to start looking at facts to back up the actual fiction or the folklore.
And what are the facts with the clown here then?
Again, I can't find hardly any records at all of why there would be a clown haunting this pub.
Right.
I think a lot of it's just hearsay.
So it's not really haunted. So you're here because of your expertise. Where do we go to next to find a haunted place in Bearsted?
I think you need to go somewhere where there's quite a lot of a strong legend. So somewhere kind of like Holy Cross Church is another place with a very strong legend.
Shall we walk up there then?
Let's go.
So we've been to the White Horse, and Neil has said there's not much in the way of haunted there. So we've come to Holy Cross Church in Bearsted. Surely there is a story about this place, Neil.
Yeah, there's some amazing stories about this churchyard. One is more of a legend, and it concerns the actual, what they call gargoyles, or possibly bears or whatever on the top. They're quite weather beaten, so people have their own interpretation about what they actually are. But there's several legends that concern that on certain nights of the year, when the clock on the church strikes 12, those gargoyles will leap down. They will run around the village and they will feast on the bones of sleeping children. But if anybody's actually brave enough to visit the actual church, they'll notice there's not actually a clock. So it's actually an urban legend, but it's something told to children to frighten them.
So apart from the gargoyles here, what else do we have here that's haunted? There's
been a legend of a lady in a very pale dress said to roam around here on sort of rainy nights. Again, it's often when it's dark, quite stormy, because ghost stories in the sunshine tend to be rubbish anyway. So she always tends to sort of come down this pathway. Nobody's really sure who she is. Some people reckon that many years ago she was murdered somewhere back in the village, and she's always roaming around forlornly looking for a long lost love.
Can we go, we've already been to the White Horse, can we go to another eatery here that might be haunted in Bearsted?
Yeah, definitely. We could try Oak on the Green.
Let's go there then.
Perfect.
And I was going to come down here for a pint tomorrow. Are there any stories like that about the oak, or are they slightly tamed down?
Well, I think this goes back to 1600s, so again there should be stories. The stuff I used to research about the place was mostly poltergeist phenomena.
Inside this building?
Yeah, because this used to be like an old jail, like a holding jail for the courtroom.
Correct.
And the intriguing thing about it all is that people often used to say there was old energies here and stuff like that, and people often used to sort of sense a presence in what is called the old smoking room. A figure used to be seen at one of the back windows, and strangely people have actually reported the window opening and shutting of its own accord.
Where is the courtroom and the jail inside this building?
I believe at some point it may have been underneath, but I could be wrong.
Okay, I wonder if it's a room now.
And the haunted room with the window is apparently at one point when I was researching it was a rarely used room. So whether that still is now, or it's just a store cupboard, I'm not so sure.
Neil Arnold, thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
It's been a pleasure, thank you.
Bearsted Network News.